A disclosure of the potentially sensitive subject matter covered in this episode of Roll Call can be found in the episode description.
In the southwestern corner of the world of Mirabella lies the Outlands, a hostile but enticing territory that seems to draw folks of all kinds. Want to meet a few? Well then, how's about a little roll call?
I'm Ben Pimental, and I play Alden Ambergris, a man with as many secrets as coins in his pouch.
I'm Gurkowski, and I play Percival, Wynnemark. I don't try to be the best, it just keeps happening.
I'm S.J. Nelson, and I play Madge Smalls. All I have is a ladle and a dream and some visions.
I'm Shaylee Bowman, and I play Kaia Vaeloris. I am just trying to master the storm inside me.
I'm Patrick Holt, and I play Twig. He's got a bit of an attitude, so don't poke the bear.
I'm Stone Mountain, and I play Zero, and I'm just a guy, just a regular guy. No magic here, no sir. Don't worry about it.
And pulling the strings as the game master, it's me, JP Coletta. So, let's jump into this episode of Roll Call.
When we last left our heroes, they continued their journey towards Ironhook Crossing to find and confront the Rustbrands, Silas, and perhaps even the long-lost priest, Father Brian. Zero shared his vision with Madge, and it seems that they may have both been dreaming of the same mysterious white-haired woman. Kaia shares that she, too, had the same vision as Zero healed her during the fight with the Sand Mimic. And Percival gives a lore dump to end all lore dumps, explaining the folklore of the 13th goddess, Eliastra, the goddess of fate and the lady of the last. This goddess, supposedly, according to legend, you see right before you're going to die. Now, with little time to dwell on the meaning of those ominous visions, the gang arrives at Ironhook Crossing. Well, nearly, because first they must cross this massive dry bed lake, the Dead Lake, a dangerous combination of a non-Newtonian fluid, quicksand, sand sharks, and as it would seem, bland piranhas? I don't know. And with that, as they are giving chase to 5 Rustbrands that are also attempting to cross the Dead Lake, with piranhas snapping at your heels, these sandy creatures with sharp teeth and eye stalks, we jump right back into initiative, and it's them snappers' turns. And this swarm of snappers is going to go ahead, and surrounding Zero, popping out of the sand, is going to go ahead and make their attack against Zero. And there are 5 of these little guys, Zero.
This might as well happen.
Which makes it a... Let's see if there's 5 of them. That is a 26 to hit.
Well, yes, that's double my AC.
Great. Oh, and that is max damage. So that's going to be 9 points of piercing damage as they swarm around your ankles. These things pop up, and all of a sudden, before you even notice them, they just they start chewing on your leg one after the other, like, going up and down your leg, and then pop back down.
Twig, help! Twig!
You can still see the scales of their back swirling around you. And with that, it is now the Rustbrand's turns. Now, for those of you who aren't Zero and perhaps Twig who is concerned with this, some of you may actually notice the Rustbrands in front of you are also confronted with their own swarm of these snappers just popping out.
Good.
This is very good.
I like this.
So, they're taking swings at that. Unfortunately, that is somehow gonna miss. That was only a 9 to hit from the Rustbrands. So they're just 2 of them are swinging these like scimitars at them, while the other 3 are taking pot shots at the ground. And you just hear boom, boom, boom. Oi, little fuckers! as they just shoot into the sand with these tiny geysers of sand erupting. But with that, they do manage to cross 30 more feet, which means that they are now 30 feet from the edge. They are about 1 turn's worth from being off of the dead lake. Now, unfortunately, as they're doing that, they do incur an attack of opportunity from these snappers. And that is going to be a 15 to hit on the rust brands, which does in fact hit. Okay, so you watch as one of the ones who's rearing up towards the back, one of the ones with the guns, just starts screaming as the one he just took a shot at jumps up and starts to maul at his face. And the rest of them jump up and start mawing at him as well. And he gets knocked prone into the sand, and he's crawling a little bit behind his friends. With that, it is now y'all's turn. So let me go through and get what you're doing, and then I'll describe the ending. Madge, what you gonna go ahead and do?
Madge is whacking that fucking dead lake, girl. Don't even worry about it.
All right, whack, go ahead. So you're gonna roll that and roll me the hit and the damage. Twig, what you doing?
I guess I'll help Zero. No, I would definitely will help Zero. I'm gonna cast Wither and Bloom around him and the snappers. Is that what you called them? Snappers?
Snappers, yes.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll your healing while I ask Zero.
I believe Zero rolls the healing, actually.
It's one of my hit die, right?
+5.
Oh, amazing.
I think that'll...
I'll roll it, but I think that gets me back to full, like, almost at minimum.
I'll just need a con save from them.
Okay, great. While we're waiting on that, Kaia.
Thank you.
I think I'm still 60 feet away from or like 60 feet left of the hardened sand. So I'm going to move 30 feet forward, and then I am going to whack it again.
Okay. Go ahead and roll hit and damage. Alden, or Norx, sorry.
Hey y'all, so it looks like my audio and video for the first part of this episode took the magician feat and disappeared. So what I did for this first turn was I took my short bow and I took a shot at those little snappers.
Okay, so you could go ahead and roll a hit against the swarm, and go ahead and roll damage preemptively just in case. Percival.
Percival's going to, I think our rhythm's kind of screwed up, but I'm gonna also run ahead another 30 feet and hit the sand with my warhammer. I think to try to not have even worse things come up from the sand. Okay,
great. While you're rolling that, let's go through and get our resolutions. Madge, what's the hit and what's the damage?
I hate to wait. I didn't go. I don't want to but I didn't go.
Oh, sorry. Right. Sorry, because you were rolling.
I'm being healed,
Zero.
but yeah.
No, that's fair.
Okay, I know that Zero did some cantrips and they didn't explode, but I think he doesn't want to push his luck. I have a crowbar in my backpack. Could I take the crowbar and hit? I know I don't hit as hard as you guys at all, but could I take the crowbar and hit the sand and just try to add to our rhythm?
Question.
Sure.
I forgot a piece of action economy. So in this moment, could I use my bonus action to help Zero by increasing the volume of that kind of like chanting I was doing to, encourage us to hit hard and on the correct rhythm?
Absolutely. I love that. So go ahead and do this at advantage, Zero.
Crowbar!
And while we're waiting on those rolls, Madge.
I forgot to say I will also run 30 feet ahead. I forgot to say that, but Madge, I will run as well. That will be 17 points of damage.
17 points of damage, bludgeoning. And what was the roll to hit? Sorry.
I rolled a 24 to hit.
At this point, I just trust you. The AC of the sand is 8, so if you roll over an 8...
Well, I had a +8 to my hit, so... Madge is having I'm having a pretty easy time hitting this sand. That will be 17 points of damage with her ladle.
Okay. That's 17. Twig.
Yeah, I just need a con save from the snappers, and I have damage rolled in. It's if they take half if they add.
Con?
Yeah.
Huh. So that's going to be a 16.
Damn, okay, so they take half of 5.
Okay, so...
Necrotic.
They take half of 5 necrotic. You got it. So you watch as just part of, I'll describe that in the end, but okay. 5 necrotic. Great. 17 bludgeoning to the sand. 0. You looked very happy with your roll.
I got a nat 20 with this crowbar, which I think as an improvised weapon is a D4. So 2D4? So I will, is that right? Is that,
yeah.
Are you good with that? Okay, good.
I'm fine with that.
So I do. Oh, I dropped it. I do 5 bludgeoning damage with my crowbar. And then if I could just describe
Double to 10?
Oh, no, sorry, that was the double.
No.
Oh, your table rules. That's right.
Vulnerability to
the sand. Yes,
to
double
the
to 10.
sand.
Sorry. Amazing. Sorry, I'm frazzled. I think just to describe a small part of the picture, I think I have been bit by these piranhas. In actuality, because of the temp HP from my expiring meter, I didn't take a lot of damage, but 0's kind of a big baby to damage. So I'm screaming and crying, and I see Twig cast the spell to damage the piranhas a little bit. And I think almost like whack-a-mole, I'm like taking my crowbar and ending up hitting the sand very well, but missing the sand piranhas. Like, do big 10 damage.
I love that so much. Heck yeah. And then Kaia.
I was scared that my 14 wasn't going to hit, but okay, AC of 8, so it does hit. 16 bludgeoning damage.
Double to 32, okay. And then Alden.
All right.
Norx.
So I got 2 sides of a crazy coin. It's going to be a 26 to hit with the short bow on one of those little piranhas for 3 damage.
Okay. 3 what damage?
Oh, actually,
piercing?
Yeah. I was going to say, wait, could I add sneak attack to that?
Well, you do have an ally within.
Yeah,
I would dare say that involves some sneak attack.
I'm hoping.
Beautiful. So that turns 3 into 6.
By being eaten. 3 into 6. Heck yeah.
Nice decoy work, 0.
It's what I do best. I'm the bait.
So 6 piercing?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I will say with that. I'll do that at the end. Percival.
I barely hit with a 9, but it's 14 bludgeoning. So Percival kind of takes just a while. He almost misses the broadside of a lake bed.
Well, you lean back because you want to put a lot of torque into it, and you almost trip back and fall with the weight of your hammer, but then you just manage to bring it down, and gravity just takes hold, and whoosh! All right, and with that, so basically, the 3 of you, pretty much in succession, Kaia, Madge, Percival, just boom, 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 in like perfect rhythm, and send these massive shockwaves out in front of you. And I will say, with this, and then you look over, and 0 has cleared a very tiny, minuscule 5-foot path for themselves out to the side, just hammering out at with a crowbar.
It doesn't even help. It doesn't even add to the forward. I agree. I love it.
You don't need the help. I promise. Okay. No. But all that damage total combines. That brings you to a total of 80 additional feet. Which means that you are now connected to the Rustbrand's own disappearing connection. You have a path directly to the end. However, bear in mind is that the Rustbrands will disappear in 1 turn. And with all of that, I will say that means that with the rust brands 30 feet from the edge, all of you moving forward 30 feet, you are now all 130 feet from the edge, 100 feet from the rust brands. Or sorry, I should say the people bringing up the front are. The people bringing up the back are now 160 feet from the edge and 130 feet from the rust brands. And with that, you all turn back just in time to watch Zero getting munched on, and very quickly, Twig and Norx, you turn as quickly as you can, and you watch as one of these things just turns to black ash, suddenly healing Zero, and another is pierced by this arrow and suddenly just flops back into the sand and begins to sink down. And there are now only 3 left in the swarm, which will affect the hit and damage. But anyway, with that, it is now, we are now back at the environment's turn. And if I count it, that was 2 persons who didn't hit the thing, so that's only +2 to the rhythm break, which changes this roll. And you're safe, as the only thing that pops up are those 3 remaining snappers, but they are still coming after Zero, and they're going to go ahead and take their swipe at Zero. That is a -2 of them. I can do this. 7. That is a 16 to hit.
Well,
Zero?
yes. It does.
Okay. And that's going to be a total of... Dang it, max damage again. 7 points of piercing damage.
Twig, help! I'm dying! I'm being eaten! We're alive, but we're dead!
As best that I can.
You said 7?
7 points of piercing damage, yes, as they just... This one, like, jumps up, and this one starts to nibble at your arm as the other 2 start nibbling at your leg, and then back down. Now, with that, we are now at the rust brands. Well, I should first roll their attack against the rust brands. Ooh, and that's going to hit pretty hard. So let's see how much... Holy shit. So you watch as that guy that is now on the floor, that rust brand, suddenly the 5 snappers just pop up and they start to devour this man. And you watch as one of them rips his throat out, another starts gnawing at his face, others start just clawing at his legs until he's through to the bone. This man is dead. And you watch as his body begins to sink into the lake. And the other rust brands manage to get 30 feet further, which means that they manage to get to the edge. They are now off of the dead lake. And they seem to be making for the northeast, where you saw those spires, those metal spires shooting up into the sky. And as you've gotten closer now, you can see that those spires are attached to a massive iron wall that seem to have these 4 towers at each corner. And it's humongous, like miles long, potentially. Anyway, with that, y'all still have passed without a trace up. Let me roll. I think it's time for a... Because they are going to turn back. I really was going to say it would make sense if they saw you, but they rolled a natural 1 and you still have passed without a trace up. So I'm just going to say they look back and they see their fallen comrade. One of them lunges for him. Kelvin! Leave him, leave him, leave him. We don't have time. And rips his friend away and they make towards that wall. With that, it is now your turn again. So, let's go in order. Madge.
I'm running 30 feet and that ladle's hitting that sand, water, ooblecky.
Heck yeah, roll it. Twig.
I'll cast Starry Wisp at them this time.
Okay. 0.
Could I? This is going to take away from. We're not hitting to make more hardened sand. We're just hitting now to keep the rhythm to not summon sharks. Maybe.
I will say the hardened sand in one turn will go away from the rust brands. Bear in mind it only lasts for 2 rounds.
Got it.
When you create it.
Got it. Debating whether I should try to just add to the rhythm or try to hit these. I think the piranhas keep attacking me. Could I swing my crowbar the next time a piranha comes up and try to get one?
Sure can.
Okay,
go
great.
ahead and roll for that.
Alden, could I have advantage? I'm not good with this crowbar. It's okay if not. If you want to use it for someone else, I just might miss. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Well, since we're here anyway.
Humming up.
Alden, what's the rest of your turn? Just since we're here anyway.
I would like to look at Percival and say, are we just worried about getting across, or should we start getting them with range?
Gesturing to the rust brands.
I think we get them.
I like where your head's
Percival
at.
is such a shit stir.
These
I love
little
it.
psychos we have in our group.
Percival's a bloodlust.
I will use 30 feet of movement to get further. And I will take a shot with my bow.
Okay. Kaia.
I hear Zero scream. And I think I looked back. How? Because I know I moved up 30 feet last time. Did you move up at all? Did Zero move up at all?
I assumed that as I'm running, they're like going alongside me, so I assumed I was still moving.
Okay.
They just are keeping with me.
Okay,
If that's
so
okay.
then you're like next
Correct.
to me,
I just
right?
kind of
Or, like,
assume
least-
everyone's moving everywhere
Totally.
else.
That's what I meant. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So, great. Then you're like either right behind me or next to me. So I think I turn, and instead of hitting the ground, I think she is going to feel like she has to. I think she's going to feel like she has to protect Zero. So I think she's going to try to hit the land piranhas. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
That's it.
With that, Percival, last one.
I have a question for you.
Oh no.
If you had, I don't know, say just like a regular man and a man with a full set of heavy armor jumped 10 feet onto him, landing feet first, he would take damage from that, right?
I guess. I mean, a limited amount, but
Great.
I wouldn't say it would be a lot.
Would it be bludgeoning damage?
I mean, I guess. Are you trying to belly flop? Is that what you're telling me?
No, feet first. Percival, I don't want to break this rhythm, so Percival is going to run 30 feet forward and is going to use the last bit of his like, as part of that movement, is going to leap and try to land with as much force as possible.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Here's my caveat if you want to try this. Because it's not necessarily like a predetermined damage. I will let you roll an athletics check, and depending on how the check goes, you either do a lot of damage or okay. Hold
That's
on.
good.
Well, this is probably going to work, but I do just want to say before you roll that, if you fail the check, you jump into a part that is not hardened and you will begin to sink. But it looks like you're not worried.
That's a nat 20, baby. That's a nat 20.
All right, well, my consequences. All right, you know what? On a nat 20, you may roll a d4's worth of bludgeoning damage.
Do a cool flip.
All right, I rolled that. And then also, I am going to, seeing Norx pull out his bow and take a shot, I am going to launch a chromatic orb with... I'm going to do poison damage. It's going to be like a glowing, like, green and like sickly yellow orb that's just gonna launch forward, flying directly at them.
Okay. All right. So, if I'm correct, or let's get damages first. Madge, give me that bludgeoning damage.
Rolled a 25 to hit with 13, now doubled to 26 damage.
26. You got it. All right. Twig.
So I did amazing with my roll to hit. I got a 23 to hit, but I did roll a 1 on the D8. So it's 1 radiant damage, but they are also emitting a dim light. So there's that.
That's fun.
Take that.
I'm sorry, and remind me what spell that was again?
That was the Starry Wisp cantrip.
Starry Wisp. All right. And could you just do me a favor and describe to me what your Starry Wisp looks like? Like, how does this work?
Yeah, absolutely. So I feel like it kind of gathers in like almost like a vine-like style of like energy, maybe like a glowing vine, and it just kind of like wraps around Twig's hand, and then he flings it forward, and it's like maybe like a rose thorn almost kind of deal, but it's glowing.
Okay, awesome. So you take this like sort of pot shot right as one of it, with a 24 to hit, right as one of its, just an eye stalk pops up, and you hit it right in the eye stalk and singe the eye stalk off. But you can now see underneath the sand, the thing that is swimming around is a little glowing shadow. Anyway, with that, Zero, remind me.
I was gonna say, Norx, feel very good that you gave me advantage, because I actually would have missed. So thank you so much. I swing my my crowbar. I got a 17 to hit, which I think hits, and I did 4 damage with my crowbar.
It does, but you should know that the AC does go up with every one you
when
kill.
There's less of them, totally.
But that does hit.
Yay!
It's for how much damage? Sorry, remind me.
I did 4. And I think it's literally like, instead of trying to whack-a-mole them, when one pops up and it's like the one maybe that has been going for my arm, I like hit it
like
as it comes at me.
I think what happens is there's this glowing thing that like pops up and just the eye singes off, and you see this, you're tracking the glowing target, and then it pops up towards your face, and you just with a baseball bat just clobber it, and you watch as it just skitters out and begins to sink its dead body back into the sands. Heck yeah. And then Kaia.
I got a 25 to hit.
Ooh, doctor.
Piranha. And then I have a question about the damage. So the Warhammer that I'm using says that when I hit it with sand, I get an extra 1d10 bludgeoning, because I picked it up from the guys. Would this qualify? Would the sand piranha qualify? It's okay if not. I just wanted to ask: would the sand piranha qualify as sand or no?
The sand piranha does not qualify as sand. It is
That's totally fine.
Creature.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Then that'll be just 10 bludgeoning damage for that. As I take my warhammer, or this just like elongated hammer that the Rustbrands were using, and I swing, like this piranha comes up and is like getting ready to like grab onto Zero's neck, and I just come out like around the left side and just swing it down. And I catch the piranha, and then I hit it into the sand. It's okay if it doesn't like reverberate enough for, that to happen. I just like the flavor of it just getting smashed into the sand.
How much damage?
It was 10 damage for
10
just
damage?
like the Warhammer effect. Yeah.
So, since it was 10 damage, I want to add 1 goes for his neck, and another comes up right behind him, and you end up smacking 2 of them at once, boom, into the sand. Yeah. And they just skitter, and they are now dead. You have defeated the swarm.
Oh, yeah.
You're not across yet.
Oh, just thank God that I'm not getting bit for right now.
And then I believe that since that's going to happen anyway, Alden, if you'd like to reuse your action, I will allow that. Because you were going to take a hit at the snappers, right?
No.
Norx.
No, I was aiming for the wristband. So,
all right, what was the hit?
As we resolve that, since because of the pass without a trace, they don't see us, can I argue advantage and sneak attack?
Yeah, it's surprise. I'll let you argue it, but what was the hit?
So it's going to be, I rolled one lower than I otherwise would have. So it is a dirty 20 for dirty 20 with guidance plus 4 for a 24 to hit. And then the damage is 16 piercing damage. And Alden, as he finishes running that 30 feet to kind of close with them, so they're still within close range of his bow, he draws the bow up and he first aims at where Kelvin fell. And I just say, "I'm sorry, Kelvin. I hope you weren't a half-decent guy." He starts training his bow up. "Because I'm about to kill your fucking friends." And then he releases the bow.
You murder hobos.
Are we the good guys?
All right. Sorry. I was so caught up in that performance, I've completely forgotten what the roll to hit and damage was.
It was a 24 to hit and 18 piercing.
18 piercing. So with 18 piercing, I'm gonna let you describe this a little more, because you kill one of them. It's a headshot.
I love this. Yeah. So I let the arrow go, and it just spins through the air, right? And then it just falls out of nowhere. I feel like it hits the one that was reaching out for Kelvin, and he hears a whistling, and he looks up, and maybe thinks maybe it's Kelvin's spirit waving goodbye, but it's the arrow, and it goes straight through his head.
Okay.
I don't think we're the good guys. I don't think we're the good guys.
Unfortunately, I do understand that you have passed without a trace. However, that is not invisibility. I'm going to say a check is no longer required, as one of their comrades is pierced and drops dead at their feet. They turn around and see your party giving chase. And this is, in fact, going to have a great effect on their next turn. Now, Percival, you're the last one we haven't heard from. After your jump, remind me what you were doing and what your roll of damage is.
Yeah, so the jump, I rolled a 4 for bludgeoning damage, and then I launched a chromatic orb after sprinting forward, and that is going to be a 17 to hit.
A 17 at this point does in fact hit.
Oh, good. At this point, no, whatever. And that's going to be 16 points of poison damage.
16 points of poison damage. So, as one of them falls down, the other 3 turn back. And particularly the large orc, who seems to be the leader, notice it just takes just in time to take that orb right in the chest, and is suddenly hunched over, sick, like he's about to throw up, but he is alive, and they are all looking at you, guns drawn. And with that, it is now the environment's turn. And if I believe I'm counting this correct, that would be 3 breaks of rhythm 4 breaks of rhythm. I'm sorry.
Oh, I think only Madge hit, right? Am I crazy?
No, I am giving the nat 20.
Yeah.
I'm giving the nat 20 to Percival.
Thank God.
And only because of your nat 20, you sneaky bomb. And also at the end of the round, 30 feet of movement means that front group you are 100 to the edge, and the back group you are 130 to the edge. Meanwhile, it is now the environment's turn, and that is 4 counts of rhythm break, which is going to drastically affect the way that this roll goes. You know, I could do it, but for the chaos and the fun, Patrick, why don't you roll a d4 for me?
Okay.
For how many allies show up, probably? For how many healing potions we find?
It's a
For which thing shows up?
it's a 4.
In some ways, that's the best.
Sometimes that's a good one. Sometimes
Not according to his face.
Doesn't
Not
even be a
according
good
to
one
his,
here.
not according to his face, and then he laughed in our face as you said that number.
Big yikes on that.
Oh no!
Oh.
Well, that's not good.
As you watch the snappers sink into the sand, you are all met with the thought, Dead Lake Schmed Lake. That wasn't so bad. Those things are tiny. Except for Zero, who's going, ow, Twig, they're eating me.
Exactly.
But as this is happening, you feel a tremor beneath the earth as the sand begins to shake. And directly in front of you, you see a massive, cyclone or typhoon whirlpooling into the sand. And what looks like a natural anomaly of the sand slowly gives way to teeth and eyes as a massive, humongous, just creature worms its way out. But as you see it worm its way out, you see a dorsal fin, or what looks like one, on its back, dripping with this oddly wet, Icarus pus off of its brown scales. And as its face meets you, and its tail swings above and slaps down, leaving a great geyser of sand in its wake, you are met with the face of a great sand shark, the patriarch of this lake. Seeing you all in front of it, it is going... You watch as it is eked out of this hole, and it's gonna use its great teeth to attempt to make a chomp right down at the person who would be closest to it. And I believe the front group is Percival and Norx. So I'm gonna say that probably the person who jumped the furthest is probably gonna be slightly closer. So Percival, it's going to take at least... All right, it's going to make a bite attack against you for a 26 to hit.
Yeah.
I know, I just wanted to hear you say it.
Yeah.
This is fun for me.
Brew, I've
Great.
never heard that sound from you. that broke my heart. Yeah. That was so... Oh my god.
That is going to be 15 points of piercing damage.
It might
and
be
you
okay.
are now grappled.
Okay.
But don't worry, it's going to use its second attack to let go of its grapple, and it's going to take the throw action. So, it has you in its teeth, and it just yeets you 30 feet into the air with such force that I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as you land on the ground.
That's not going to go well. Okay. 15 plus 0. 15.
15 plus 0. So that does manage to save you. So you manage to sort of do a superhero landing. However, unfortunately, that level of force on your knees does cause you to causes a shockwave to run up through your body. It does, however, freeze the sand that you are on, so you are not sinking. However, you do in fact take 10 points of bludgeoning damage. Would have been worse. Anyway, and then it's going to use its movement to burrow. Boom! Back into the sand. And as it burrows into the sand, I would say, how many feet? Only Norx, because you are the other one who is closest, and Percival, you got thrown far enough away. Creatures within 10 feet of it, I need you to make a strength saving throw.
You want me to do a what?
Oh, you heard me.
No!
Great. Go ahead and give me that saving throw.
4.
4?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay. So, you feel yourself, suddenly the ground beneath you that was once hard is now soft, and you feel yourself being pulled in. So you are pulled 5 feet forward, and you are now sinking level 1, which means that your feet are in the sand, and you are technically restrained. You have the restrained condition. Anyway, with that, its turn is now over. Madge, your turn.
All right. How far can I? Would I know enough? Not know enough. I don't know shit about this sand. Is there some sort of check I can roll or something to see if I can try to yank Alden out of the sand? Would that be possible for me to do, or should I just go up and try it?
I would say that yeah, with strength, I believe you can help unstuck.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, sorry. To clarify, this would kind of be a joint effort. I will allow you to try to athletics him out, but you have to freeze the sand first, because when it's not frozen, it's quicksand. If that makes sense.
Does that mean I can action surge or something like with that?
That would do it. Yeah.
Right. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna run up towards Alden. For the sand, that is gonna be a 19 to hit, and that will be 4, 5, 11, double to 22 damage for the sand.
Okay. That definitely freezes you.
Cool. And then you want me to roll an athletics check?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. That will be a 19 on the die, which is a, where is my athletics? That will be 25.
All right. You walk up and you slam down, and Alden, you feel the suction stop as the fluid freezes around you, and Madge, you just pull Norx up like a turnip, and his feet are now unstuck, and you are on solid ground, and you are no longer restrained. Norx.
No, Norx, you gotta quit that sinking. We gotta run, man.
That was strange. I've never... Well, let's get moving.
You never what? All right, now let's keep going.
Okay. Is that your entire turn? Or are you gonna move towards the exit? I will say you can go around where it just burrowed, but
how far did I go to get to Alden? Was that because I have like 30 feet of movement?
Oh, well, technically speaking, to get to Alden, because you were in the back line, right?
Yes.
That was your 30 feet. So,
great.
Sorry,
then
my apologies.
All good.
Great.
No, you're good.
So you're caught up to Norx.
Cool beans. Yeah, then that's my turn.
Sick. Okay, Twig.
Okay. I'm gonna use a charge of wild shape and turn into a bear. Can I see where the shark is, or is it gone?
Oh, it burrowed, but don't you worry. Its massive dorsal fin is circling up, so you can still hit it.
Okay, I have a mechanics question for you. Since we're on a non-Newtonian fluid, if I were to cast Moonbeam, could it go down as well as up?
Interesting, because
Because it's a 40-foot cylinder.
and it's radiant, which is a fascinating proposition. I'm gonna say absolutely.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that makes a lot of sense to me.
Awesome. So this would obviously drop concentration on Pass Without a Trace, which doesn't really matter anymore. But I will cast Moonbeam on where the shark is and try to cover down, equidistant down and up, so that when it comes out, it's still in it. And then that would mean that it would need a con save, and it's going to take some radiant damage.
Okay, that was actually only an 11 on that con save total.
Oh, great. So then that means it takes, that's a pretty decent roll, 12 radiant damage.
12 radiant damage. Okay. Sure, I'm gonna do this.
And I will use my movement to, I want to get between the shark and Madge and Norx if I can. Kind of like, so I'm like a barrier between them. So if it chooses to attack, I would be the first thing it sees.
Okay, I love that. So you're like, hey, shark, over here. Yeah. Awesome. And I will say, as your moonbeam casts down into this thing, it sort of radiates through its skeleton, so you can see its full body underneath the lake. And you can see that very clearly there's not that much room for it to swim around this way or that way. But as the light illuminates it, you can sort of see just how deep this thing goes. It seems seemingly endless. And with that, 0.
Are we trying to run or are we trying to fight? Anybody?
I say run.
Yeah, run.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
I'll hold it off as long as we can get out of there. Let's go.
We can't fight that.
I think seeing Kaia scared, you're like, oh, definitely not. And we'll start running. I'll use my 30 feet of movement to run. We don't really need to worry about the rhythm anymore. It's broken. The thing that is here.
I would dare say.
Great. So if I run 30 feet forward, where is Percival to me? And how fucked up does he look? I feel like it was a lot of damage.
Yeah.
No. Where is he? Is he still running? I know he kind of got thrown back, but also maybe to the side.
He was yeeted specifically to the side.
Okay.
So he landed off the path that you guys have been forging.
Cool.
But has not lost any ground, notably.
Great. But I can't really get to him even if I dashed, because there's a gap of not real sand or squishy.
I will actually say I do think the force. I think the force of him falling actually created 2 rounds worth of solid. So
Okay.
I'll say you could.
Here's my idea. I'm gonna dash. I'm gonna dash towards him. I'm gonna reach into my onto my sort of belt and pull out a potion of greater healing, and then I'm going to get onto Percival's back and put it in his mouth, so that he's really strong and I'm a malnourished guy. So I'd like to try to feed him the potion, and then maybe if he could, with an athletics or just with his normal strength, carry us back. Because I don't want to wait another round to not heal him, but I will be stuck here if he leaves me.
Understood.
Great.
All right.
So if that is okay, I'll roll the healing from that. Because I'm using it as my bonus action, so I have to roll it. It's not max. So you get 4d4 plus 4. Oh, I rolled really good. 17 points of healing.
That's great. Damn.
Yeah. Drink this and carry me. That's my turn.
As Percival sees Zero running up, he's like, "Oh, thank you so much." As the will just go straight into knowledge. Thank you. Holy. Okay, let's get out of here.
Okay, and with that, Kaia.
Okay, so I'm running for my life, as one does.
As one does.
I have a interesting question.
Okay.
Would I know what a sand shark's favorite thing to eat is?
Don't say people, don't say people, don't say people.
I'll give you a history check to see if Boris ever mentioned it to you.
Okay. Come on, baby. Oh, that's a 19 on the die. Okay, wait. What's my history? I don't think it's great, but a 19 is pretty good. It's a 21.
A 21. Notably, and I'm going to give you something else for free.
Okay.
Boris never mentioned this thing. When he talks about sand sharks, they're big and scary, but they're like the size of what we in our world consider like a great white. They're not gargantuan monstrosities. So clearly Boris has never encountered this thing before. However, the times that Boris had encountered, you do recall him throwing like slabs of meat to distract the sharks, but it only works temporarily and only some of the time.
Okay. The reason I was asking was because I have my Dustmancer ability, and if I could manipulate the sand to look like the thing, because I can also move it. So if I could make it look like something that it would be attracted to, I was going to do that. But if that's not possible, then
I would give you like it likes animals. So if you were to make it look like some form of small creature, that could potentially work.
I know that Twig is. I see Twig. I'm running towards Twig. This is how I see
He's a bear. He's hard to miss.
And he's a bear, and I think Kaia just thinks bear, animal, prey, and I think she's gonna try to manipulate the sand next to Twig to look like a 5-foot like version of a bear, which I feel like is pretty big. Yeah, it fits in a 5-foot cube, the sand that I can manipulate. So I'm gonna make a 5-foot essentially cube version of a bear. I think I can. It's my action to use that, I believe. So I think I can still run, and then I think I can. Yes, I don't think I can move it. So it's just gonna stay. Actually, I'm gonna have it in front of Twig, so that it's actually where the sand shark. So the sand shark burrowed on one side. I want the bear to be where it would be coming out, if that makes sense. Like I want to try to get it where it would be coming out, so it's like one of the first things that it would see. I know Twig is there for like secondary, but I would like an ally to not get hurt if possible.
I like that. So like right in front of you, Twig. Just
I would also like to not get hurt, so I appreciate that.
That's great.
And it looks back at you and just goes just like this giant like dusty version of a bear sound kind of like roars at you and then turns back and starts like moving a lot to like look like prey. And then Kaia's just gonna try to like keep this up as she's like sprinting. But she's not going to dash, so just 30 feet. But yeah, that's my turn.
Okay. Heck yeah. So that is now Norx's turn. Norx, you have been freshly freed from the sand. And you are 5 feet closer, which means you are 95 feet from the ledge.
I am going to get the fuck out of here. Double dashed. 90 feet of movement.
90 feet of movement. I will say that puts you right at the edge. You have 5 feet left, and you feel yourself on the bank as you run across, like, where that dorsal fin is, like right by the dorsal fin. You're like, nope.
Getting out of
And
here.
you are right by that. And what I find most funny about this is basically, like, Madge just, like, frees you, and before you say anything, you just tear off in the other direction, like, not having any of this.
The Scooby-Doo runaway sound.
Literally, and as I passed where Kelvin
Put that
went
in,
down, he
editors.
said,
Oi, Kelvin, good lad.
That's so funny. All right, great. That's an awesome use of turn. Any bonus actions, or is that?
nah, I used everything I had.
I love that for you. One more turn and 5 feet of movement, and you're off.
There was a moment where I almost asked if when I hit that 90 feet, if I can just kind of like flop forward and at least my hands be touching solid ground, but that's a little much.
You know what? I find that funny enough that I will say make an athletics check.
Fuck yeah.
It's not a low DC, but it's funny to me.
Athletics. Oh, I stink at that, but that's fine. Oh, okay, 15.
I will say with a 15, you get there and you just lunge face forward. In exchange, your hands are on dry land, which means that you will be able to get out, but you are now prone because you have fallen forward. So
Okay. Yeah.
I will say the shark can't get you, but you are prone. That is what I'll give you.
Alden's just laying there like,
Oh, I missed you, land. I missed you, land. I thought I was on land, but I wasn't on land. I missed you, land.
Heck yeah. All right. And Percival, last but not least.
Okay. So I'm off to the side, and I've cleared an area for me. So I'm gonna take the diagonal option and use a little bit of jump, so that I can run back to the main path, and then I'll get 20 feet closer to the shore. With that, I am going to put 0 down. And Percival's gonna, as he sets him down, says, "Get to shore as soon as you can." And Percival's gonna actually turn around and cast. Okay. Percival is going to cast. Oh boy.
What was that?
Nothing. You see Percival turn around and look at and find the shark, and he's going to cast Crown of Madness at it. So the way I see this happens, because you only see the dorsal fin, it's not a crown. Instead, it's a almost like chain and ball with jagged spikes on it that kind of hooks around the dorsal fin and drags behind it.
Now remind me, is that a wisdom save or an intelligence save?
Yeah, so I'm also going to describe the spell for our listeners who maybe haven't encountered this before.
Sure.
So I can... And let's see. I'm using that's the 5e, sorry. So I need a wisdom save, or the creature becomes charmed for the duration. And while the target is charmed in this way, there's a twisted crown of metal. We're doing a little play on that. And the charmed creature must take its action before moving on each of its turns to make a melee attack against a creature other than itself that I mentally choose. Percival is choosing himself. And yeah, we'll see how that turns out.
Good
Natural
man, Charlie Brown.
1.
Hell yeah.
You're charmed, and you have to kill me. Oh no.
Whoa. Okay. That's crazy. Meanwhile, before I tell you how that happens, on the other end, Norx, you've now collapsed. Oh, land. It's so good to see land. And there are 3 rust brands fuming 30 feet from you on the other side, who are looking terrified at the shark, but they want to run away.
I thought they did run away. Fuck.
They couldn't yet.
I forgot. I thought they were out of initiative. I forgot.
Well, yeah, but time still, Pat. You're fair. Don't worry. There is still a check to this. 2 of them are grabbing their friend, saying, "It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Let's go," seeing the shark. But one of them is locked onto you. And I'm now going to roll a wisdom save for him. If he passes the wisdom save, he will go with his friends. But if he fails, he will lose control and he will attempt to strike you. The DC is 15. He only has a +2.
Oh no.
But a 19 on the die, you lucky son of a bitch, is a 21, which means he holds his gun up to you and says, "I'm gonna kill you and your friends. I'm gonna get you one fucking day." And he takes a shot right next to your head that lands into the sand. And they're going to use the rest of their actions to all dash and start running away from this combat towards, and actually very notably, I will say, after about 50 feet of movement, Norx, as you watch them, suddenly they just disappear. They vanish into the desert as if they were never there, as they walk towards those great walls.
I know it's not my turn, but
later. With that, it is now.
I was just gonna.
Don't worry.
I was just gonna ask if there was any sort of check I could do to memorize where they disappeared, and B, memorize their faces as I just kind of.
What is going on? That is. Did y'all see that too?
I did.
It is not my birthday. I'm laying there, sand. My ears are ringing.
I will say, I don't think there's a check you can make as much as I will say you will never forget this young man's face. He's got this brown, really cropped short hair. He has a particularly hard nose and these brown eyes that are not that of a hardened criminal, but that of a young man in the prime of his youth and innocence. That's the man who took a shot at you. And as for where they disappeared, I'll say you can pretty much certainly tell that it was within about 50 feet of where they were, which is within about 80 feet of where you are. And
Heard.
with that,
Thank you.
popping back in, it's now the sand shark's turn. As this crown forms around its dorsal fin, as the spell begins to take hold, you feel, Percival, you feel the ground shake as its whole body tremors. And you feel it before you see it. as it comes directly up from underneath your feet. Boom! And tries to take a bite at you. That is a 14 to hit.
Does not hit.
It does, in fact, have a second attack, since it doesn't have someone to throw. And that is going to be a 26 to hit.
Yeah, well, that hits.
So
Wait,
what happens...
What silvery barbs?
Okay. Who would you like to give advantage to?
I don't think I can reach Alden, so it's gonna have to. I'll give Zero, because Zero's the closest to me. I think Percival just kind of just looks back at Zero and gives the advantage. Get out of here!
All right. It rolled better. That is unfortunately a 27 to hit.
How far? How
well,
far?
now it doesn't.
How far am I from anybody?
Well, technically speaking, I believe you're like basically right next to Percival. No, were you
He
not
dropped
carried
me
on
and
his?
then moved a bit more, I believe.
How far did you move? Yeah, and then you
Or I
moved
thought.
what,
Maybe I'm
15
wrong.
feet?
I did. I
Okay.
moved my full distance and then put him down, so we would still be right next to each other.
Okay. I would like to also try to cast Silvery Barbs. I'm going to roll my thing that I do for leveled spells. And if I blow us up, I'm sorry.
I think in this moment, actually, because Zero's probably planning this, as Percival looks back, he recognizes the look in your eyes as when, like, you ready to do something. And so he doesn't actually say, knowing this, Percival turns around and says, do it.
I don't know if it's better or worse, but I succeeded. So we don't blow up, but I do need it to roll again and take the lowest of all of them.
Okay.
And I guess I'll just give Percival my advantage. Come on. I actually cast a spell this time and it worked.
Okay, so I will say, this thing has a +8 to hit.
Oof. Fair enough.
What is your DC, Percival?
AC.
AC,
21.
Hey,
21.
you did 12?
So,
Lower.
13 or higher will hit, or 12 or lower. That's an 8 on the die for a total of 16!
If I can, I think Zero sees you cast, a spell I've seen. There's wizardry of some kind, and it doesn't take. And this giant maw is coming down on him, and I think. In a panic, Zero does his little orb of time, but this time it takes and flying out in two directions. One, imbuing Percy with almost like quick, like speeding him up so he can dodge out of the way. There is a bubble of force that is the shark starts to come down in slow-mo. Like I'm slowing the time just around its mouth, where Percival can get out of the way as it crashes down in front of us, and I lose control of the slowing down.
Yeah, so you watch as that happens and it's slowly moving. The sand around it is joining that slow motion. Because Percival is basically standing on its teeth as it's almost upright. And as it slams back down, Percival, you manage to, your sped up time, you run along its back and land off of its tail back a little further.
That's the sound Zero makes.
Percival
And with that, oh, sorry.
Percival turns around and kind of looks at this shark behind him and goes, "Miss me?"
Madge, it's your turn.
Madge is fucking running, girl. What the hell? I'm gonna sprint. I'm gonna dash and move 60 feet, girl.
All right, that puts you 40 feet from the exit.
Thank God.
Okay. Any bonus actions?
No. I'm all good.
Twig.
Okay, about how far away from me did the daddy shark pop back up?
Oh, I would say that's probably like 15 feet to your left.
Great. I'm gonna take a magic action to move my moonbeam cylinder, which will have it roll that con check again. I'm just kind of trying to like hide it, I guess.
Hell to the yeah. That is gonna be a 16.
Okay, so that does save, so it takes half of...
It is good at con.
Yeah, that's fine. It takes half of 17, so I guess like, what, 8? And that's radiant again. And then I'm gonna start running as well towards the side, and he's gonna yell out, "Zero, get a move on, let's go!"
And as you do, and this moonbeam moves, it sort of rearticulates with this radiant energy. And this time, because some of it doesn't quite hit the shark and casts off into the chasm, you can see even more. And what it illuminates, what you see is an entire subterranean world that opens up wider than this opening is. And within it, so many shadows, some small, some medium-sized, swirling around as if they're swimming in an underground lake. And then, as if it's a stroke of lightning, your moonbeam flickers just ever so slightly, casting an even deeper shadow down. And now,
JP, I have to say, I have never once had like thalassophobia for a non-Newtonian fluid, and that is just a very strange feeling to have right now.
And with that, 0.
Oh boy. I am feeling very proud of myself that a spell worked and I didn't accidentally blow myself and Percival up. I'm gonna run away. I'm gonna run 30 feet. And I guess I just don't think we should fight this thing. I'll dash. I'll run 30
Okay.
more.
That's 20 feet from the exit.
Great.
Great. I just want you all to know that on your feet trackers next to Norx, I've just written safe for now.
As a heads up, I do get 40 feet of movement as a bear for your feet tracker.
Oh, thank you for that. So sorry. So that... So if you moved, that would put you... Oh, I'm sorry. P is for Percival, not Patrick. I'm very good.
I love
that puts
with you even safety is a threat.
Well, yes. Anyway, I'm so sorry. So that puts you, Twig, 30 feet from the exit. So one more round will do. All right. And with that, Kaia with Norx on deck.
Yeah, I'm dashing 60 feet. I'm going. Oh, and I'll
That puts you 40 feet from the exit. Yeah.
Fantastic. I will also drop the Dustmaster because that's not new.
Okay. Norx.
I would like to use half my movement to get up. I will look back at the rest of the group. Looks like everyone's fine and Percival's playing tag with the worm or the shark. Right?
Seems to be.
I'm gonna follow the squirrel, so to speak, and I'm gonna use I'll say just my... Actually, I'll use my bonus action to dash, and I want to get to where I saw them disappear. Actually, no, I'm going to stay 20 feet back, so I'm going to use just my 30 feet of movement, keep my bonus action, and I would like to use Detect Magic, which has a 30-foot range, so I can do it from a little bit away. And I would like to try and figure out if anything pings where they disappeared.
Absolutely. Detect Magic, remind me, and we can edit around this. Detect Magic does, is it items or personages or just like...
It's effects.
Effects.
So
cool.
Basically, if I sense any magical effects within 30 feet of myself, I can take the magic action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in that area that bears the magic. And if an effect was created by a spell, I learn the spell's school of magic.
Awesome. Okay, so what you see, and I'm sorry, and is there a range on this?
It's 30 feet out from myself. So it's a 30-foot radius from me.
And you moved 15 feet.
I moved 30 feet. Or wait, no. Actually,
you just have to move to get up.
I would have used my bonus action to dash a little bit to get that full 30 feet, but I would have tried to stay 20 feet back from where they left, just in case they're right behind some sort of imaginary barrier where they can like shoot me or something.
Okay, great. So, as you do that, okay, so if you get that close, because that's actually 45 feet, I believe. So you do get just close enough to see. As you cast Detect Magic, this shimmering aura comes into view. It's a massive bubble that seems to protect the lands around those iron walls you saw. And what you see through it are the exact same iron walls, but it seems as if there's some form of... It's a mix of an illusory magic and psychic magic. It's some form of illusion. And I would say if you're getting that close, go ahead and roll me a wisdom save, Alden. Or Norx.
Oh no. Let's see. Dude, it's gonna be a 10.
A 10? Okay. Actually, no, let's run that right. So, suddenly, you are filled with the sense that you do not want to be there. And you feel your body before you can even do anything about it, start to turn around back towards the party. You don't go anywhere, but you just turn and can't quite remember why you would have wanted to go that direction in the first place.
As I do that, I had just kind of come from a place of being like, gotta get out of here, hitting the sand, then going, what's this over here then? And then immediately turning back around and going, nope, gotta get away from that. Nope.
Yep, pretty much. Ping pong. All right, and with that, Percival, how you doing, buddy?
You know, right out here on this lake, enjoying my time. It's got sand dunes, beach shoots, vacation vibes. The first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pop my celestial evolution. And 2 golden wings are gonna kind of unfurl behind Percival. And I am going to dash 60 feet in the air towards the shore.
And that will, like, Woody Woodpecker kicking up dust behind you. I'm sorry, the Roadrunner, Woody Woodpecker. Oh my gosh, I'm getting my IPs wrong. You just dash off, and you are now safe.
We're so getting sued.
Meet
Motherfucker. They don't know who's going to sue us.
Fans, please come on the show.
Me.
Warner
Woody
Brothers.
Woodpecker for Big Fit. Sorry.
We don't know which IP we're infringing, so they can't sue us.
Exactly, I got confused. Anyway, with that, we have to move on. So, Madge, you're... Oh, I'm sorry. What am I doing? It's time for a big-ass shark to take its turn.
No, it's almost.
Whatever.
No, I don't think so.
Doesn't have to be.
skip the
No, I
shark's
think
turn.
it's Madge's
You
turn.
can skip the shark. I think it's okay.
Now, so, Drew, I believe, because you took the dash action on your turn, that does break concentration on Crown of Madness, yes?
I broke concentration, so that's no longer affecting it.
Wonderful. So you all watch as this great dorsal fin just suddenly the crown around it disappears into this like shimmering dust into the desert air. And now that the shark is free, it's gonna go ahead and take an attack. I will say, technically speaking, the closest thing to it, I will roll a wisdom check to see if it can discern that this is a sand animal or if it's going to take an attack against Twig. It'll be one of the two.
We did say
Unfortunately, I did say that I dropped it.
we did drop it.
Yeah,
I didn't-
unfortunately, I did drop it because I was like, well, why would I? Yeah.
Okay, great. We'll cut this, or not. I don't know, but great. Okay, so it's going to take an attack against the closest thing, which is, I believe, Twig. Which, you know what? I'm gonna honor that. I didn't mean to roll; it just flew out of my hand. But because I like you guys, that's gonna be a 16 to hit. 8 on the die.
I believe you need a 17 to hit me.
I will take that. Unfortunately, it does have 2 hits, but it essentially comes out of the sand tall ways, and once again,
Flip it turn ways.
okay, it comes out tall ways, and you manage to avoid its maw, but it essentially jumps and starts to come down on you to chomp. And that second attack is a natural 20.
So that hits.
Unless somebody
Am
wants
I
to do
within
something.
60 feet of any of this?
60 feet? Oh, yeah.
Let's do it again! I was not. Oh, wait. Did you do it?
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
Percival, like, immediately would.
His doesn't have a chance of blowing up, so let's
yeah,
go with that
I would
one
really
first.
appreciate if you could, but
Let's do
if not,
that.
I'll do it. It just, I might.
Thank God, because that natural 20 could have done a lot of damage. I could have downed you.
I have some temp HP, but it could probably still totally take me out.
Okay, that is going to be a 22 to hit,
That does hit.
which at least is not crit.
I could make it try again. Do you want to blow up?
Do you
No,
want it to?
no.
I just rolled the damage.
I'm getting a no from
So,
Twig.
it chomps down on you as a bear for 13 points of piercing damage.
That's my temp HP plus 1. We're good, baby.
All right, so you watch as, and you're in bear form, correct? So
Correct.
you watch as basically it chomps through the bear flesh just in time to impale you yourself, Twig, and your own body. However, because of the bear flesh, you manage to stop the tooth, so it just barely presses into your pec and is making you bleed just like a drop of blood. But you are now grappled in this thing's teeth. And unfortunately, it is going to move,
Oh no!
which means that it burrows.
Crazy.
JP, would you say that there
Yuck.
was just barely a scratch?
Oh!
I would say that you can shut the fuck up. Anyway,
Oh my stars.
Oh my stars! Wow, wow, it's getting aggressive. No.
What's your profanity?
What's your
So-
friend? You got it. Okay, fine.
Choking rules. Essentially, For every turn that you are choking, you will make a Constitution saving throw. It's save or suck. So on a success, you take some damage, and on a failure, you take no damage, and you manage to hold your breath. However, there are it's 3 strikes and you're out. So essentially on 3 failures, which is treated like a death save, you are deemed unconscious and incapacitated, and you will begin making death saves at disadvantage. So essentially, six rounds of combat can go by before you die. 3 before you're incapacitated, and 6 before you are downed.
I have a stupid question.
Yeah.
If I dropped my wild shape, would that free me?
It does seem like so you still have wild shape. I will say I would say that dropping your wild shape would free you.
It's kind of a I don't want to get stuck to this thing and get dragged around, but if I drop the wild shape, I would have to use my last charge to use it again in another battle, and I'm running out of spell slots too, so there's that. But if it's going to free me, then I might just do it.
I would say you could use that. You could do that on your turn. Is dropping wild shape?
It's an action. I'm pretty sure.
It's an action.
I'll double check, but I think so.
You can do that on your turn, which will mean that you don't have to take an action to break, but you can also just use your action to try to break the grapple.
It's a bonus action.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So what you could do that'll free you from the grapple, but you will then need to make a strength check to try to burst back above the surface. But we will get there on your turn, as you are now choking. And that will begin on your turn. So, now that that's done, Madge.
Oh, hello. Do we need someone to whack the ground again in order to keep trucking along?
You do. Actually, at the end of this round, it will expire.
I will take one for the team and whack, so we can all get back safely. That will be a 17 for the sand, and then that will be 5, 6, 7, 8, 14 doubled to 28 damage to the sand.
Okay.
And I will also move the 30 feet.
So you re-solidify the last, so you are now off and safe, and you now re-solidify the last 15 feet of movement that people need to get off as a ramp for 2 rounds. And with that, Twig, it is now your crazy turn. You gonna do that?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so before you do, I do need a Constitution saving throw for choking.
Hell yeah. 17.
You do in fact save, so that is no strikes against you and no damage. Don't worry, we'll choke again.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
All right, so if you're gonna as you bonus action drop your wild shape, and you're back to Twig now, you find yourself between its teeth and able to like sort of swim as you crawling through this odd ooblecky substance. Go ahead and make a strength, or I'll say an athletics check to try to burst through the top. If you fail this, you will still technically be choking.
I did get a 19 on the die, and my athletics gives me a +1, so it's a dirty 20. A dirty ooblecky 20.
Filthy ooblecky 20. You rip through. Now, you are technically, you have managed to get, with a dirty 20, I'll say, your body out of it, but your feet are still technically 1 level of sunk. So I will say, unfortunately, you are still, you have the restrained condition, so no movement.
Okay, and he's just like, shit, 0.
And with that, speaking of which, 0.
Immediately I run 30. I start running 30 feet back. Fuck. I should have silver bars. I think Zero felt the opportunity to cast that same spell, and somewhere in the hesitation of thinking I would mess it up, and I always overestimate how I think Twig is just like the strongest person. I feel like I made a big mistake, and I think some panic is starting to set in. I can see some part of the shark, right? There's like a dorsal fin or something that I could aim
Correct.
at. Okay.
Yes.
I'm going to cast. I need a intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
Well, sorry. Hold on. Okay.
It's
Yes.
not-
Yes. I don't blow
Alright.
up. I need an intelligence saving throw.
That's going to be a 13.
Thank God that fails. Is the Okay. Sorry. The magic starts to build up around Zero again. The sand is starting to rise as this sort of like slow-mo kind of telekinesis starts to pick up again as my heart rate starts to pick up and I start to panic. And I reach out a hand almost through Twig and on screaming the word no. Passing by him is this great rush of like whirling, ticking chronal sounds, and it slams into the shark. And I'm casting Zero's Time Slip, which is a play on Tasha's Mind Whip.
We got it.
Well, they might not know out there in the world.
I just have to bully you. It's my job.
So the creature takes okay, not too bad. 11 psychic damage. But more importantly, on its next turn, it must choose whether it moves, takes an action, or a bonus action, and it only gets one of them. So I slam into its mind and body, almost
So it
like
is Tasha's mind.
yeah, it's just
Okay.
related. Yeah, almost like slipping it out of sync, like mind and body out of time, and you see some of that slow motion magic like really cling around its head and dorsal fin. Hoping that I can slow it down enough for Twig to get away. But yeah, I'm also just running back towards Twig. I think I'm not thinking clearly. That's my turn.
Okay. Also, sorry, just remind me, it's that you said action, bonus action, or
movement. It only gets one.
Yeah. Movement. That's what I just need to clarify that for me. Cool.
I hope it picks movement.
Okay, Kaia.
That was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. Okay, I'm just gonna keep. Am I able to keep dashing safely?
I would say yes for about till the end of this round. Yes.
So how much more do I have?
You have 40 feet left. So if you dash, you will be off. You will be safe.
We'll just dash and get off then. Yeah. Wait, will everybody else be safe if I get off then?
Sorta. The last 15 feet have 2 rounds now, but at the end of this round, all the rest of it sinks.
Right. So is everyone else out of that part? The part that's
Not
about to
Zero
sink?
and Twig.
You guys.
So sorry. I know you don't like us.
Okay.
I will say, not to give you ideas, but you could technically, you could freeze more of it, and then your regular movement, you would still be in potential danger, but you would still.
I'd be good for the next round to get off.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Okay, great. I think I want you button down. Okay, great. Then I will look back and I'll see that they are clearly having a horrible time. And Tara will be like, oh, shit, damn it. And she's just gonna use the warhammer to slam down on it in anger. Do you want to go ahead and go ahead with the hit?
Yeah,
And everything.
roll to hit and damage.
Okay. All right, so 15 on the die, so I think that hits, and then, 18 points of bludgeoning damage. And then I'm gonna run 30 feet.
Okay, so that creates an additional, 25 feet, which means that all you guys have to do is move 5 feet, and you'll be fine for the next 2 rounds. I'm sorry, no, you guys are safe. You guys are fine, but you have 40 feet to get off. Kaia, you have 10 more feet to get off. Everybody else is technically safe on land, or land. With that, Norx and my land folks.
Am I free to make my own choices, or am I still compelled to do anything?
I would say since you've observed the magic, you're not necessarily compelled to walk away. You just more have a feeling of, wait, why was I walking away from that? And you still feel like I don't want to go over there, but you're not compelled to not go over there. There's just an odd sense of fear around it.
As I'm coming out of that, like, oh no, I need to walk away from this. I just kind of shake my head and look over my shoulder, and then I'll walk back to the edge of the lake. And as I get there, I will stop at the rust brand that I got with the arrow, because I'm assuming they left him.
They did.
And how old does he look?
Couldn't be any more than 25, human.
Right. I'm gonna loot. We could resolve that later or now if you want.
Roll an investigation check.
I would love to.
We're dying out there.
Maybe I'll find something that can help.
This young man, his whole life ahead of him. I'm gonna pick his pocket.
That's 20 for a 25.
Oh my god.
Okay. So, I mean, pretty much everything that's on his body, there's not much. He's wearing light armor, and he's wearing the typical Rust Brand's cloak, which has that pin that cloaks, that pins it together with a sigil of a sickle and a sword on it. He has one revolver, just a simple little 6-shooter in his holster. And pretty much all else that is on his body is a water skin with about 1 day's worth of water ration left in it, and 4 gold. And with that, Percival.
Yeah, I'm gonna. They're 40 feet out. I'm gonna fly 30 feet back towards them. There's not much I can really do, but I am going to. Yeah. I'm gonna prep a firebolt. If the shark pops out near Twig or Zero, I'm going to hit it with 8 firebolts. So I'm going to prep that, and I'm going to hold that. Yep.
Okay. With that, we are now back at the shark's turn. Well, let me try to see. It is going to pop up. I mean, back at the thing it was hunting before, right back at Twig. It's going to be a dirty 20 to hit on the first one.
Okay.
I'll
So I
also
guess
do
that
words.
gets it chosen
Did-
action. That's
did-
cool. That's cool.
I'm just double checking. It's totally okay. I just want to double check. When Twig crawled away, he didn't get out of melee with it. Like, it doesn't have to close, does it?
It can't move at all.
Because it either has to move or attack. It can't do both.
No, I'm trying to think. It does have a pretty big.
Yeah, it seemed large. I don't know how far
it
away
has,
that was
it
able to
has a
get.
big reach. I mean, how far? Because also the strength.
If Twig used,
If Twig used. Sorry.
I was just going to say, if Twig succeeded and was crawling, probably that would be difficult terrain. So Twig used half of his movement. So maybe he would be 15 feet away.
That is just outside of. That's okay. So what happens is it pops up and uses some of its burrow speed to do that, and then immediately slams back down and continues burrowing back down. But as it burrows, that activates its sand vortex feature. So I need both Zero and Twig to make strength saves.
Well, sure.
I got a 14.
A 14.
I
Zero.
actually got a 15.
I'm stronger as a bear, to be fair.
Zero, you managed to hold on. Twig, you are just barely. You are pulled back into the sand vortex, and your feet are sinking in. You now have one of those sinking, and you are restrained. But that is the end of its turn. You will have to use your action to make a strength stave to get out, or someone has to help you.
I will probably. I have 0 there, so hopefully I can get some help. That'd be great. Can I get some help?
Yeah. Well, with that, we'll see about that. Madge, what's up? You're safe.
I am. I may run out. This is looking sticky. I may run out 15 feet, hit, and then come back. Just so that there's extra time that they can be out there. Ooh, a 19 on the die for a 27 to hit the sand. And then. Oh, I don't think can you guys hear me? Oh, thank God. I thought my mic. God dang it. Okay. 9 is 15. Fuck it. Add a side eye. Let's add some more. That'll be. Wait, what number did I say? 15? 19 doubled 2. 18.
38.
38.
Yeah. All right.
Damn. That's a lot of damage.
Great.
Madge gets it back out there, girl.
That means for another 2 rounds, that entire I'm gonna say, the entire 25-foot stretch leading up to the edge is now solid.
Thank God.
For 2 more rounds.
And Madge is gonna quickly run out, hit with the ladle, and quickly scurry back to the sand.
I love that. Cool. And with that, it is now Twig's turn.
I'm stuck. Trying to get out of there. I want to get out of there.
Go ahead and make an athletics check.
Okay. What is it? It's only +1, right? Okay, 16.
16. That will do it.
Oh, okay.
You managed to unstick yourself out of the sinking.
Can
you
I
are
run?
no longer restrained.
Can I just run?
I mean, you can use your movement, but you can't dash.
Yeah, but I'm going to run.
Yeah, all right. And that puts you 10 feet from the edge.
Does he have 40? He has 40 feet of movement.
I'm not a
He's
bear
not a
anymore.
bear.
I'm no longer
Oh
a bear.
shit! Yeah, sorry.
He dropped the bear.
I made a lot of sacrifices to get this 10 feet.
All right, Zero, what's happening, my friend? 40
Okay.
feet to the edge.
And Twig is beside me or is past me?
I assume if we run, we kind
Past
of run
you.
at the same time, but...
Cool.
Yeah.
I will keep pace. I won't use all. Is that a bad idea?
You can get out of there. Get out of there.
Okay. It's what the things I can try to do probably are still safer from the edge now that we're actually moving. I'll dash 60 feet and I think make it to the edge, but I'm not going to use my full. If I'm 40 away, I'm going to stop at 40. Like I'm going to be right at the edge and turn back and look at Zero and Kaia and. Well, Percival's in the air. I think he's safe, but all of them just like be taking in and be ready to try to cast something or do something. I think that's my turn.
You got it. All right. With that, Kaia.
Okay, so they're safe. They're good. I don't need to hit the sand anymore, I don't think.
No, but they do need 10 more feet.
Oh, right, because that's now going to disappear.
Well, and technically, so do you.
Right. Yeah. So I'm gonna get 10 feet off, and then I'm just gonna hit the sand. That because I think that last bit that the rust brands hit, that was left over from them. So
yeah, you already did that.
Round. Oh, I already hit that one.
Between you and Madge, between you and Madge, the entire 25 feet leading up to this is solid for 2 more rounds.
Incredible. Okay, I misunderstood what that meant.
You're
fantastic. Then I'm just gonna run off, and I think as she runs off, she just sees and she sees Norx just like hunched over, looting this rust brand, and she's just gonna be like, "What? What are you?" Never mind.
He's gonna pull up the pistol and go, I found something that could help.
Oh, shit. Nice.
Yeah.
I think that'll be it for her. I think she's going to go over and see if there's anything else.
Yeah. And as you do that, Alden, Norx, it is now your turn. And I will say, I was holding off on this for suspense as well. As you open that little gold pouch, there's actually a little something else for you in there. The little pouch that has the 4 gold in it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little note inside. And that note reads, Dear Mom and Dad.
Fuck.
No!
Once I have saved enough, I can return to the marsh. I think I'm getting close now. Talk soon. Ted.
Are we the baddies?
Oh, hell yeah.
Alden is going... Norx is going to fold up the note and put it in his breast pocket of his jacket, and then take the pouch of gold, hand it to Kaia, look down, are his eyes open?
They are.
Gonna close his eyes. He's a good lad, Ted. And then I will just kind of start using my hands, because I don't think I have a shovel, to start digging as best of, a place for his body as I can, because I don't want to throw it in there where it's going to get eaten.
That's real nice.
I know JP's trying to make you feel bad, but he did essentially join a terrorist group.
I know. And this isn't...
And I'd love to talk more about that.
I know that boy had his reasons.
I would love to talk more about that, but we simply have to move on to Percival's turn.
Okay, so Percival flew 30 feet out, and now everyone is 10 feet from the edge, or at least Zero
That's
and
correct.
Twig are.
Zero and Twig.
Percival's going to fly back 15 feet. it is going to land in a soft superhero landing facing towards the center of the lake. And I am going to, as he lands, a soft hum, like almost a sing-songy hum, fills the air as blue blades flicker around him. And I cast Blade Ward.
Oh, nice. Okay. And that's going to be useful because it's the shark's turn. And Daddy Shark is coming for one last taste of bear flesh. So you watch as the ground shakes as this massive maw just charges out and tries to take 2 quick chomps. It's definitely doing 2 chomp attacks in a row. That's going to be a 21 to hit on the first one.
Yes.
Anybody for anything?
Yeah, I'm really sorry if I blow us up. I'm gonna silver barbs. Because it's just gonna drag him, right? It's gonna grapple him and drag him.
So true. It definitely is gonna try to do that.
If the first one hits.
Okay, the dice are being very merciful. I am able to silver barbs. I will spend this myself.
Ooh, 16 to hit.
Hey, that just misses.
Misses. Second attack.
I'm gonna give Twig the advantage that I just incurred from silver barbs.
Second attack is an 11.
Hey, we're gonna
So you watch as it basically like charges right at you and chomps. You guys manage to just duck out of the way as its big maw lands on the shore, just inches from that body and where you all are standing. But it can't get to you. It's reaching and chomping, but that's its turn. Madge.
I think everyone's doing good, right? Like, we're all solid. I think Madge is going to see that even as scary as it is, everyone's going to be okay. And she's going to look over at Norx, and I'm going to walk over and just very silently take my ladle, and I'm going to start helping Norx dig a little grave for Ted. Mm-hmm. I wouldn't know his name, though.
And with that, I just want to say very quickly, assuming you guys would want to move, I will say we are out of initiative.
Zero throws up in the sand.
Twig just like pats his back with like the 1,000-yard stare.
Oh, fuck.
That one was rough.
I actually cast some spells. That was awesome. I throw up again. I'm okay.
My fucking feet got stuck, and it almost killed me.
I think. Sorry. Okay. I think Kaia gets up and sees that you guys got across, and I think Twig. I think she walks. I walk up to you, and I look like I'm standing like, big and tall and just a little bit intimidating, and she just like stares at you. I just stare so like intensely, and then I just take out my hand.
Yeah. Thank you.
That was some good shit.
Thank you.
That was some really good shit.
And as you do that and say that and have that moment, you all hear that distinctive whispering again from beneath your feet. And as you turn towards that great walled town, the great walls and spires in the distance, none of you can escape an odd feeling of dread, like you're not supposed to be there. And that's where we're going to go ahead and leave off today's episode.
I throw up again.
Of course you do. Absolutely. Thank you so much to everybody for listening and watching. As always, we want to shout out all those incredible artists of our show, logo design by @RealSimonBouye, and character design by Jules_in_the_rain. Their art is incredible, and we couldn't do what we do without them. Now, if you're enjoying the show, please give us a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Or if you're watching us on YouTube and Spotify, go ahead and hit the smash that like and subscribe button, hit that notification bell so that you can listen to new episodes as soon as they come out. And if you want early access and bonus content like our downtime podcasts, then please head on over and show us your support on our Patreon at www.patreon.com/rollcallproductions and become a patron today. And last but certainly not least, please follow us on Instagram and TikTok at rollcallpod and tell us how much you are loving the show. Well, that's it for us. So good night. And remember, if you're crossing a massive lake of sand, be afraid. Be very, very afraid. Good night, everybody. Mwah.